This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Yo, happy Friday. It is the Jason Walker Show, and it's shaping up to be a pretty good day. It's National Wear Blue Day today, or dress in blue or something, so I got a blue shirt on today. So, there's a couple other big days, National Day of things. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hope you're having a great Friday. We've got a lot of basketball going on, and we're going to talk about some basketball coming up here in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Divisionals, you got Frontier semifinals this weekend. You also have Cats Grizz wrapping up this weekend. Big Sky Tournament starts next weekend at Boise. And there's some football news we'll talk about here in a second, too. So, Jason Walker Show is presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. If we can, we'll get some updates from Park City, Kansas, where the NAI National Wrestling Tournament is going on. Championships. Got 7 Argos and 3 Lights of Northern competing. So hopefully we can get some updates from there as well. So, all right. So what are we starting with? Divisionals? Yep, that sounds like a good plan. And there is a ton of basketball. So some teams are already out and from across the state. And we'll start with the, where'd it go? There it is. The Western AA. And the Helena High girls, the 3-time state champs, stayed alive with a win this morning, 61-26 over Big Sky, which is really not a shock. So Helena High will plan for tomorrow morning. They'll play either the loser of Hellgate and Sentinel, which is coming up tonight. So big win for the Helena High girls, 29 points off the bench for the team. All 12 players that dressed got the end of the score sheet. Michaela Cloker and Liz Heiser each had 9. Heiser had 7 boards as well. So 10:30 tomorrow, Bengals play. A win puts them in the state tournament tomorrow morning. So they have to figure that out. Boys side, Helena High boys heading home. They lost 46-37 to the 8-seed Big Sky boys. And it was a tough one for the Helena High boys who see the season come to an end. They go 2 and done at divisionals. Big Sky advances to play the loser of Capital and Sentinel in the semifinal. That matchup comes up tonight, here in about an hour or so. And in fact, we can tell you that the first boys semifinal that is going on is Hellgate taking on Glacier. And it is, 33-22. Hellgate in the lead. A lot of people have already handed Hellgate the championship trophy next week. And yes, the boys are pretty good. There's no question about it. It's a travel team. And, you got guys transferring in from all over. They tried to do it a few years ago. got some Florence kids, some Hellgate or Big Sky or Sentinel kids that transferred over to Hellgate, got them one state championship. Thought they were going to win, a few, but they got one. Missoula's got to figure out what to do with it. I mean, they need district lines actually, and they have to stick to them. You can't have these travel teams put together. It's not good for high school basketball in the state of Montana. That's just an opinion. And it really only takes place in Missoula. And you try to get the best you can from across the state. And it is essentially, it's a travel ball team. These guys play together all summer. And then it's, oh, hey, why don't you come to school here and we'll go out. They got 3 D1 guys. So, and watching it, there's a couple of these kids that are pretty good, but they're very cocky, very arrogant, and very whiny. Was watching the first half today. So, again, just an opinion. I'm allowed to have one just like everybody else. So, there you go. That's my opinion. They're now in the third quarter over there. Games playing at Sentinel. In Eastern AA, you had some early games today, and Skyview girls rallied to beat the Belgrade girls 64-52 at MSUB. So Skyview girls stay alive. Let's see. Anything else big time? I think that one just went final too. So there you go. So games today, you've got loser out. You saw CMR beat Belgrade. CMR got just hammered yesterday at the Eastern AA, the boys, by rival Great Falls High. I think they had 4 points at the half. It was ugly. But West and Bozeman in the semifinal today just got underway down there. And then Skyview and Great Falls High will play the other semifinal, boys side Eastern AA. And on the girls' side, you have semifinal action that will include West and Senior, and then CMR and Bozeman tonight. You've got you got the Southern B going on down in Billings. You got the Eastern AA and the Southern B, boys and girls, both at Billings. One's at MSUB, one's at Metra. How cool is that? You got the Northern B up at Shelby. Southern C is being played at Miles City. The Eastern A was last week. So you've got some great divisionals. All the state tournaments coming up next week. And it got me thinking, what is the best city that hosts tournaments in the state of Montana? Weigh in on the Twitter, at JWalkerSports. You can also Facebook us and email me, jasonwalkersports@gmail.com. What's the best city in the state of Montana that hosts tournaments? Best host city. And really it's, you can throw in the smaller ones like a Miles City or Shelby that host divisionals and stuff. But you look at the big ones, Missoula, Great Falls, Butte, Bozeman, Billings. There's a city that's missing in there because they don't host tournaments because they don't have a great facility to host tournaments, and that is your capital city, Helena. If Helena had, let's say, a Four Seasons Arena type place where you can seat 5,000 people, you could build it. They would come. You could have tournaments. Oh, that's a novel idea. You got enough restaurants. You got enough hotels. You could host concerts. What? Jason, that's crazy talk. Helena needs to do something. Helena needs a multi-purpose arena like Four Seasons Arena or the Butte Civic Center. Doesn't have to be 8,000 seats. Doesn't have to be 10,000. Just 4,500, 5,000 seats. Helena needs something. You could host wrestling tournaments that aren't in cramped gyms. You could host a lot of things, like and get money for your community. Oh my goodness, who would have thought? But yeah, Havre of all places host fantastic events. The 9C comes to mind. And they make it work. And then the money goes into your community. Helena needs to figure something out because Helena's way behind when it comes to all that. All right, Jason Walker Show is presented by Helena Accommodations, and they just completed their 100th straight 5-star rating from a client. That is fantastic. And they're obviously happy for this, and they should be. So, they believe their Dorme Bene sleep well philosophy, the extended stay environment, has created terrific referral and repeat business, so much so that Helena Accommodations is always almost about to be sold out. So what they've had to do is refer clients and customers to others. So clearly they need to expand, and this is where you come in. If you're a real estate owner, you got a family, single family, a duplex, fourplex, it's going to be time now to discuss partnering up with Helena Accommodations as an affiliate extended stay provider. Give James Yount a call, 422-6702. Have a discussion about this Helena Accommodation business opportunity. That's James, 422-6702. Dorme Bene. Sleep well. More basketball talk coming up. Montana Gatorade Girls Basketball Player of the Year was announced today. And really no surprise, but I'm more shocked that it was announced today. We haven't even got to state tournaments yet. We'll tell you who that's going to be coming up. I did want to get to a little bit of football news. So, and you know how this is going to go. But University of Montana and Bobby Hauck have agreed to a new 4-year contract that extends him through January 2024. School announced Friday. Hauck is 16-7 since his return, or 16-9 rather, after in his second stint. He was 80-17 in his first 9 seasons, or 7 seasons, whatever it was, 7 seasons. He is Montana's all-time winningest coach. He's done nice things. They made the quarterfinals last year of the FCS playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade, and won 10 games for the first time since 2013. So that gets Bobby Hauck a brand new 4-year contract extension. Okay. He's 0-2 against the Cats in his return. 9 years total, counting the first stint. Pretty good academic success. Since returning in 2018, Hauck's Grizzlies have posted the best team GPAs in history. 4 straight semesters with an average GPA of 3.0 or better. That is fantastic. That is not the University of Texas. Made the quarterfinals last year. Got back to the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons. Made the quarterfinals. So he gets a new 4-year contract extension. Because you made the quarterfinals. Nice job. You're 16-9 in 2 years and a quarterfinal appearance. 2 losses to the Cats. But that gets you a 4-year contract extension. Used to be where you could only give 3-year contract extensions, but Commissioner of Higher Education in the last, I guess it was, 2 years ago, maybe? But they allowed Montana and Montana State to offer longer contract extensions, but as a negotiating tool, according to Kent Haslam, the AD. But yeah, nice job. I mean, you got a 4-year contract deal for getting your team to the quarterfinals. And you've been to the national championship game in your first stint a few times. 3, where you're 0-3. Of course, that was a decade plus ago. And there are a lot of things have changed. Big Sky Conference is a lot better than it was 10 years ago, Bobby. Or even 15 years ago when you were dominating. But just 4-year contract extension for what? For what? Anyway, you can weigh in if you'd like. You can tweet, Facebook, email, anytime. You can always go to jasonwalkershow.com and get replays of anything that you might have missed this week, last month, since we started in December, back up. Great clients since we started back up. Love our fans as well, and just having a great time. Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some Frontier Conference basketball. Cats and Grizz. Grizz men blew the conference title regular season last night. Northern Colorado swept the Grizz. And so we'll talk about that. Got the women wrapping up the regular season tonight. Frontier Conference semifinals tonight and tomorrow on the men's and the women's side. And more updates from divisionals as we roll on here on a Friday, the Jason Walker Show. Coming right back, presented by Helena Accommodations.
More of the Jason Walker Show coming up.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Well, that was fun. We're back. This segment of the Jason Walker Show is brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn in Helena. It is semifinal action now across the states in many of the divisionals. Loser out games earlier today. Some teams won, some teams are headed home. And it saves on the cost of hotels for schools. Let's see. Hellgate running away from Glacier now, 58-35. About 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter over there at Sentinel High in Missoula. So, can anybody beat Hellgate? That's the question. Is anybody going to beat the Hellgate boys? Now, they are beatable. There's no question about it. This isn't a NBA team playing against a bunch of high schoolers. So, can anybody beat them? I think so. Who's it going to be? I don't know. I'm not a coach. I'm just a talking head. Let's see. I was going to chat about... I wanted to get to the Frontier Conference stuff because you have semifinal action tonight across the Frontier. And on the men's side, tonight, it is Northern at the 1 seed LC State. That one will be at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. They're always an hour behind in LC because, well, it's an hour behind. So here's your preview for this one. LC State is the 1 seed. They had the bye in the quarters. Best regular season in program history. Tied the school record for wins in the regular season, 27. And clinched the 5th conference regular season title in the last 8 years. Now, some of those were tied. But the second straight title, this one was clinched outright. Northern came in, I think that's the girls' side. Yeah, I don't know why Frontier, or the, wow. And okay, here we go. The Lights are the 5 seed, 20-11 overall. Came in after they upset the 4 seed Tech, 66-59 on Tuesday. David Harris had 27 points, 10 rebounds. Adam Hughes had 14. Feels like Adam Hughes has been at Northern for 14 years, not 5. I think he redshirted his freshman year. Demick Mitchell leading the LC State team, 13-plus points a game, shooting nearly 49% from 3. He also has 199 assists on the season. And the Warriors lost 3 times in Frontier Conference play, twice to Carroll. And they will host tonight at the LC Activity Center. It's a nice gym. It really is. Don't know if the rims are equal, 10 feet high. They haven't been in the past. So there you go. All right, so there's the LC State preview. Then you got Carroll hosting Providence tonight. Second time in a week, these two hooking up. And the Saints ranked 17th in the NAI. Providence ranked 10th. Those will change a little bit next week when the final rankings come out and the national tournament pairings come out. The Saints are 23-8 overall, beat Providence 2 out of 3 games this year. Winning both in Helena, including last week's 89-81 win, losing at Great Falls. This one is in Helena. And the Saints are the 2 seed. They beat Rocky, the 7 seed, 89-73 Tuesday to open up the conference tournament. Providence beat Western 95-62. Now, the Saints are one of the top teams in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. They're 3rd at 1.43 per game. Jovan Slovanchanen, 4th in the NAI in rebounds per game, 10.6. And Dane Warp's 20th in scoring, just under 19 points a game. Zacchaeus Darko Kelly of Providence leads the Frontier in scoring. He is 7th in the country at 22.9 points per game. However, the Saints have done a pretty good job, for the most part, on Darko Kelly this year. He did have 33 once. That wasn't a loss. I think they held him to 13 last week in the win at Carroll. So there is Frontier basketball tonight. Men, the Carroll men in Providence play at 7 LC State hosting Northern, 8 Mountain Time. Tomorrow night, you have the LC State women at Montana Western in the 3-2 matchup. LC beat Western in double overtime last week at Dillon that handed the outright conference championship to the Carroll College women. Saints women, the 1 seed, had the bye. So LC State beat Tech on Wednesday. Western got a win over Northern, and then Providence won at Rocky, the first conference tournament win in 4 years for the Argo women. Saints women 3-0 against the Argos this year. Both those games tip off tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Dillon and at Helena. Should be a couple of really good games. That LC State Western one might be the best of the weekend, men and women. Now, the Providence Carroll men is going to be good tonight. LC State men are going to roll past Northern. It's not even going to be close. Look for LC State to beat Northern by 20 points or more tonight. Single digits, Carroll and Providence tonight. And I don't know who I'm going to pick in that one. That's a good one. You figure Carroll with the home court advantage, 2 of the best players in the Frontier with Darko Kelly and Slavanchanin. So, interesting. It'll be interesting to watch. Tomorrow night, can the Saints women contain Emily Maldonado for a second game in a row? They did it last week, held her to like 3 points, maybe 5. She didn't score till late in the fourth quarter when the game was over. That's a big key tomorrow. Can Carroll contain Emily Maldonado and or Parker Esri? And then that LC women's game at Western, wow. The defending national champs picked 7th in their own league this year and finished 2nd. Game out of sharing a conference title. So that LC, Kiara Bertelish, Columbia Falls, she's had a great last couple of weeks. And that's a game I'd go to if I was a fan of either school. LC at Western tomorrow night. I got to figure LC and Carroll will meet in the national or in the Frontier Championship. And here's the interesting thing: if LC wins, no matter who they play, if it's Providence or Carroll, LC will stay in the state because you're not going to drive to Lewiston, Idaho, come back 2 days later for a championship. So LC will stay. This is one of the reasons LC State, this is their last season in the Frontier, was travel. They're heading to the Cascade next year, which is a lot closer. But getting to Lewiston, Idaho is not easy for anybody. And LC has a lot of trips out to Montana, which are hard. Because the Frontier is great. It's a great conference. Here's the thing. The Frontier is going to drop to 6 teams next year. And that's going to hurt. Losing LC men and women will hurt the Frontier Conference next year. There is no question about it. Anyway, so there's your Frontier Conference schedules for this weekend. Tonight, the men. Tomorrow night, the women. You have Big Sky basketball wrapping up this weekend as well. The women of Montana and Montana State on the road. Both will have first-round byes next week in the conference tournaments. You have the Lady Grizz at... where are they at tonight? Who are they playing? I'll have to look. The Cat women, looking for a 19th conference win. Why can I not remember where the Lady Grizz are? They're on the road. Whoever the Cats just played. Wow. It's a Friday. Feels like a Monday. Holy cow. I'll get my brain working. This is fun. Oh, man. Lady Grizz at Southern Utah tonight. Man, that means the Montana State women are at Northern Colorado. Lady Grizz looking for a 4th straight win to end the regular season. They are locked in as the 4 seed, have a bye, first round tournament next week at Boise. Both the men and the women from Montana and Montana State earned first-round byes, including the Montana State men who have been up and down the last few weeks. And they got a big win last night over Southern Utah and clinched the 5 spot and 5 seed, so they have a bye next week. The Grizz men, they struggled. They lost last night. They fell behind by 16 before losing at home and losing the conference championship. So they'll still have a bye. But they lost 71-64 last night at home to Northern Colorado. They'll wrap up the regular season tomorrow at home against Southern Utah. And the Bobcats will host Northern Colorado tomorrow at the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. So there's your Big Sky update. And all 4 getting byes. But the Montana State women are the story. I mean, they're going for a 19th win in 20 conference games this year. It's never been done. And they've got 18 conference wins already, which has never been done in the Big Sky. Now, granted, it expanded to 20 conference games a few seasons ago, but that's still impressive. And their only loss was in double overtime to Idaho. They could have been going tonight for an undefeated conference season in the Big Sky. Still, 1 loss is not shabby. They've won 14 straight, the Bobcat women have. And by the way, they are not the Lady Bobcats. They are not the Lady Cats. They are the Bobcat women. They've been that way for nearly 2 decades. Okay? So if you're ever tweeting or writing or talking about the Montana State women's basketball team, it is the Bobcat women's basketball team. They are not the Lady Cats. There are not many lady teams left in the country. You got the Lady Vols at Tennessee, and you got the Lady Grizz and the Lady Texters at La Tech. I think that's it. There are no Lady Bobcats. They're all ladies, but they are Bobcat women's basketball player. Okay? Go to the Big Sky Conference media list. It'll tell you exactly how to refer to every team in the Big Sky. The Frontier's the same way. It's not the Lady Saints. It's not the Lady Bulldogs. There's no lady teams in the Frontier Conference. And really, in high school in Montana, not officially names of the lady, like Lady Bruins. It's not their official name. It's a girls' basketball team from Capital. Same thing for Helena High. Same thing for Flathead, Glacier, Missoula, wherever school. There are a couple of exceptions, but there are not that many. It's not the Lady Blue Ponies of Havre. It's the Havre Blue Pony girls basketball team. Okay? And speaking of Havre, some big news for a Blue Pony girl basketball player. And we'll tell you what it is coming up here in a little bit. All of our guests throughout the course of the week and every day join us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. You know, it's not just a Homer car. It's the 6 months that you save for that big old TV just in time for March Madness, baseball season. The overtime you might have worked for that third car so your team can drive themselves to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or a combo, State Farm agent Mike Miller sees your home and cars, things you really work hard for. Mike understands what your things really mean to you, and he's here to help you give them the protection they deserve. Talk to State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena for your home and auto insurance today. We have On This Day in History still to come. The walk-off. Talk a little bit more about some basketball. Let's see if we can check in on divisional, see what's going on. I wanted to talk baseball too. But yeah, we'll get to that here in a second. If we get some updates from Bozeman boys leading West 35-32 over at MSU B. Boys semifinal, number 1. Southern B Divisional, halftime, Huntley Project trailing Three Forks. That's the boys, 22-14. Check that end of third quarter. It is 3225 Three Forks. Okay. Let's see here. What else is going on across the state? CMR boys, we mentioned, stayed alive. Belgrade boys and girls done. The first AA seasons. Hellgate boys running away of Glacier 58-38 over at Missoula. Flathead boys and girls done. And some other good games. So 406mtsports.com. And if you still want to, you can. Oh, Hellgate just went final, 81-54. So they're still undefeated, the boys from Hellgate. If you still want to weigh in, what is the best host city for basketball tournaments in the state? And I'm not going the small ones. I'm going the bigger ones. You know, Bozeman, Billings, Butte, Missoula, Great Falls. Let me know what you think it is. Helena does not even make the list because Helena can't host, which is ridiculous. You're in the middle of the state. You're the state capital, and you can't host a tournament. Something's wrong in the Queen City when you can't do that. I mean, come on. We already talked about that. But we got big news for a Havre girls basketball player coming up. Not shocked, just shocked more of the timing. We talked about Bobby Hauck, and we'll get to baseball too coming up. I want to talk some baseball here in a few minutes, which we'll do when we return to the Jason Walker Show, which is sponsored in part by Manscaped. And I'm telling you, you've been hearing me talk about this for a while now. Manscaped.com just came out with the Lawnmower 3.0, and the trimmer is now available for you to purchase, and I highly recommend that you purchase the Manscaped 3.0, the Lawnmower 3.0. It has a battery that lasts up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. And we've been talking about Manscaped for a while. You know, the 2.0 is great, the 3.0 is better. Why? One of the features, an LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer, more precise trim. We all need that. They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. And let's not forget about the cool charging stand. You can show you the mower off loud and proud. The intelligently designed stand is a rapid charging dock powered by USB. Now, if you're listening to me right now, and I know you are, I want you to be one of the first to get this life-changing product and experience it firsthand for yourself. Trim the junk. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. And as always, your buddies, your balls, will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. That is 20% off free shipping. Manscaped.com. Use the code WALKER20. We'll talk baseball and basketball and who knows what else. When we return here, Jason Walker Show on a Friday is coming right back. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Jason Walker Show back, Major Mortgage Man Cave. That last segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Going to talk some basketball coming up. Start of the fourth quarter down at Billings at MSUB, and Bozeman leading West 35-34 in the boys semifinal number one. Got divisionals all over. Capital boys will play tonight, as well as the Capital girls, each looking to advance to the championship. Helena High boys done. Helena girls stay alive in the Western AA. Again, I go back to why Helena can't build something to host tournaments. You look at Billings right now. And yeah, I know Billings is the biggest city in the state. We all know this. But you have the Eastern AA Boys and Girls Divisional Tournament at MSUB, Alterowitz Gym. You have the Southern B Boys and Girls at Metro Park right now. That is two high-profile tournaments at the same city. Then next week, Billings has the state A boys, or state A boys and girls. First time combined, by the way. That'll be at the Metro. And then the week after that, the NAI National Women's Tournament, the 40th and last in the format that it's in, of 32 teams. Great Falls always used to host a state tournament. This year, they're out of the loop. But you have tournaments going on right now at Shelby and Miles City. The Great Falls has a divisional. It's just in Missoula, it's Sentinel High. You've got divisional tournament for the Western AA boys and girls. Why can Helena not have a facility to host a tournament? And I've been asking this since I've been here almost, 6.5 years now. Next week's state tournaments combined. The AA is at Bozeman, the A is at Billings, the B is in Butte, and the C are at Missoula. And once again, Helena left twiddling its thumbs. So, just a question I ask. All right, there's some great news out of Havre today, and it's really no surprise. I just didn't think they announced it this early. But the Gatorade Montana Girls Basketball Player of the Year is Havre High senior Kendall Keller. The 5'8" guard has helped the Blue Ponies to a 20-2 record this season. A couple of state championships back-to-back. The only two losses this year for Havre, both against Billings Central, the first game of the year, and then last week at the divisional. in the semifinal. Havre High came back to get the consolation and is the 3 seed at next week's State A tournament. Billings Central, the East's top seed. Keller averaging 18.7 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and 2.1 assists this season. 3-time first-team All-State selection, twice the Class A state tournament MVP, and enters the state tournament having scored 1,476 career points. She's pretty good. She also has a 3.67 GPA and is the vice president of the Havre senior class. Volunteers as a special ed tutor, donates her time as a youth basketball coach and official, and will play college basketball at the University of Montana. So the Lady Grizz have not been that great over the last few years. That could change. I believe Shannon Schwain saved her job this year. I also think that they're going to be better because you get Kendall Keller, who won the 2020 Montana Gatorade Girls Basketball Player of the Year, and already a freshman at Montana, the past winner of the 2 previous Gatorade Awards in 18 and 19. That would be Jamie Pickens. So if you can't win starting with those 2, you got some issues. But congratulations to Kendall Keller. Met her one time last year up at Havre. Sweetheart of a girl. Was getting ready for senior night game. Her and a couple of teammates came down and met, hung out with the Carroll girls while they had pregame dinner. So very nice girl, great competitor, and congratulations. All right, I want to talk about baseball real quick because yesterday the 2 U.S. senators from the state of Montana, Steve Daines and John Tester, each signed a resolution designed to put more pressure on Major League Baseball to save especially Montana's Pioneer League teams. We've talked about this before, that Major League Baseball and Rob Manfred, the commissioner, want to change some things around money-wise, and that includes getting rid of up to 42 minor league baseball teams. And that would hurt the Pioneer League, which would go away. And Daines is actually going to have 3 days worth of meetings in Billings, Great Falls, and Missoula, the 3 Pioneer League cities in the state, with Major League Baseball people to show them how important minor league baseball is to the state of Montana. That's coming up this month. So the current 30-year professional baseball agreement expires this September. So we're guaranteed of the Pioneer League season this year. House Representative Greg Gianforte earlier signed a bipartisan House resolution to pressure Major League Baseball. So now the House and the Senate each have signed resolutions. And they're both bipartisan because people love baseball. So there you go. Keep you updated on that. It's going to be a weird summer following this because is there not going to be baseball in Montana on the professional level after September of this year? Seriously, it's going to be, we have to follow it. It's going to be nuts to keep an eye on. Speaking of keeping eye on things, West has taken a 41-36 lead. So West is on a 8-0 run or so since the start of the fourth quarter. Bozeman trailing now West 41-36, 3:23 to play in the fourth at MSU Billings. So West looking to advance to the championship and drop Bozeman into the loser's bracket. Oh, and this has been floating around the last couple of years too. People want to change the name of tournament brackets from winners brackets and losers brackets to something else to make it less demeaning to those that have lost. It's a loser's bracket. It's not demeaning. It's not degrading. You lost. You're in the loser's bracket. Period. Oh, great pass. Bozeman pulls within 3. That was a good full court press not full court press, full court break. 41-38, West leading Bozeman as we watch and follow along. It's been a fired up kind of day for me today on a Friday. Bozeman has just banked in a 3 to tie it at 41 with 47 and a half seconds to go. Wow. 5-0 run here by the Hawks to get back into it. Crazy. Anyway, who goes to the losers bracket? Who stays in? Three Forks leading Huntley boys 43-37. About a minute and a half to go. Three Forks will stay in the winners bracket in the Southern B. So there you go. All right, let's do On This Day in History, which is presented by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. And I have seen a couple of TVs in the offices. The Motherlode is looking to add a 75-inch and an 80-inch will be up soon. And also sports betting coming to the state of Montana this month. It's supposed to be coming this month. And the Motherlode will be the place to go to drop your bets if you want to bet on Major League Baseball or maybe March Madness or the upcoming NFL or NBA finals. You have NHL. You cannot bet on the horses or the puppies, but you will be able to bet at the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant starting soon. On this date in 1964, Cassius Clay joined the Nation of Islam, changed his name to Muhammad Ali. 1972, Jack Nicklaus passed Arnold Palmer as golf's all-time money winner. 1988, Julie Crone became the winningest female jockey with 1,205 victories. On this date in 2000, longtime Boston Bruin defenseman Ray Bourque was traded to the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs did not win the Cup that year. Bourque did not retire. He stayed, came back one more year with the Avs. They won it in 2001. And I have a great... Here, I'll grab it. Great little piece of memorabilia here. That's... It's Ray Bourque holding the Stanley Cup. Let's see if I can switch the camera angle here and get a better view of this thing. Yeah, so there's Ray Bourque holding the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. So, great piece of memorabilia right there. Did not break just now. I promise. We got a lot of stuff to hang up still here in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. And we'll get to it. But anyway, there's some awesome memorabilia there. On this date, 1940, Willie Stargell was born, the former Pittsburgh Pirate. Happy birthday. He passed away in 2001. 1947, happy birthday, Dick Fosbury, the American high jumper, won Olympic gold in 1968 with the Fosbury flop. Was born today in Portland, Oregon. 1972, Shaquille O'Neal was born in Newark, New Jersey. 3-time NBA Finals MVP, 4-time champ. 2006, Kirby Puckett passed away. Minnesota Twins superstar. Had a stroke, died at 45. 1836, two famous Americans both died on this date. Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie. One was 49, Davy was. Bowie was 39. They both died at the Battle of the Alamo. And Nancy Reagan passed away on this date, the age of 94 in 2016. So there is your update on that. This day in history, presented by the Motherlode Sports Bar, Casino, and Restaurant. Don't forget, sports betting coming soon this month to the Motherlode. Did not go golf today at Green Meadow Country Club, but very could this weekend. Or very might as, I don't know. I might this weekend. And if you have not yet, go next week. Get signed up. Tell me you heard on the Jason Walker Show. And you and I can be golfing together this summer. Or our kids can hang out at the pool. Or we could just have fun out at Green Meadow Country Club. They have karaoke coming up the end of the month. That's going to be a good time. Get out to the Green Meadow Country Club. Talk to everybody. It's where family memories are made. We love the Green Meadow Country Club, my family and I. When my son is home on leave, we get to go golf if it's in the summer. My daughter can hang out at the pool with my other daughter while the wife and I golf, or whatever. I mean, we just have a great time at the Green Meadow Country Club. Want you to join us, okay? Go out next week, get signed up, and become a member. Your family is going to love it. You're going to love it as well. And I hope to see you out there. Tell them you heard it on the Jason Walker Show, and they will definitely take care of you. All right? Green Meadow Country Club, one of our favorites here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
They are going to overtime in Billings. West High and Bozeman heading to overtime for the second time this season. And that'd be a fun one to keep watching. In fact, I'm going to. West got a 25-foot shot off and missed, so they're heading to overtime at MSUB. All right. The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco. They are open Saturday this week for you from 9 to 3 to go out and enjoy some of the best Cajun this side of Louisiana. In fact, if you're at any of the tournaments next weekend for state, you can go to Bozeman. You can go to Billings for the State A or the State AA and get Cafe Zydeco. You can get Cafe Zydeco in Helena. You just won't watch basketball while you do it. 625 Euclid, because Helena doesn't have a place to host a state tournament. 625 Euclid in Helena, and we got gift certificates we're going to start giving away again next week. Cafe Zydeco, the best Cajun this side of Louisiana. Had a great week, some great guests. We got a great show lined up for next week, and hope you join us every weekday beginning at 4 p.m. And if you missed anything, you can always go to jasonwalkershow.com and rewatch all of our previous episodes or re-listen. You can also check out all of our great sponsors, and you can also become, you can donate to the show. Help us keep going. There you go. Had a great week. Fun stuff. Eric Peterson, Rochelle Sayers, Katie Garson-Forber, Brandon Day, Hayden Schroll, Joe Peterson, Guy Holmquist. We had more, and we'll do it again next week. Don't forget, jasonwalkershow.com anytime. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the hoops, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture in 10 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.